Stop building AI agents that break the moment they hit a real-world server. Most prototypes you see online are toys. They are too fragile for production. But today we are bridging that gap. We are using Google AI Studio and the anti-gravity framework. You are going to learn how to engineer resilient multi-step reasoning loops that survive high-pressure deployments without the usual boilerplate. It is time to stop playing games. Welcome back to Digital ASEAN. Before we get into the deep architecture today, I need to make a very clear transparency note. I am not a professional software engineer. I do not have a computer science degree. I use AI to write the code for me. This video, the voice you are hearing, the face you are seeing, is created using artificial intelligence. Digital ASEAN is my personal laboratory. My philosophy is simple. We focus on value, not vanity. We focus on utility, not hype. I experiment with autonomous systems, low-code tools, and AI agents, so you don't have to. And if a workflow actually survives the brutal reality of the real world, I document it, I package it, and I share the blueprint with you. Today we are talking about a massive structural problem in the AI automation space right now. It is a problem that nobody wants to talk about because it ruins the marketing illusion. It is called the fragility gap. Let me explain exactly what that means. If you go on social media today, if you scroll through X or LinkedIn, you will see viral AI demos everywhere. Someone types one simple sentence into a terminal. Build me a fully functioning e-commerce website. And boom, the screen flashes, the terminal runs, and an AI agent supposedly builds an entire company in 3 minutes. It looks like absolute magic. It looks like the future has finally arrived. So as a smart solopreneur, you try it yourself. You download the open source repository, you copy the code, you run the prompt, and it works perfectly for exactly 5 minutes. Then you try to deploy it, or you ask it to change one small specific feature, and instantly the entire system collapses. The agent gets stuck in an infinite thought loop. It hallucinates a library that doesn't even exist. It overwrites your core database files. It completely forgets the original instructions. You are left staring at a broken terminal, wondering what went wrong. This is the fragility gap. It is the vast canyon between a cool Twitter demo and a production-ready system. Why does this happen? Because there is a huge difference between software developers strategically guiding AI and vibe coders who just let it take the wheel. The term vibe coding is a virus. It is the idea that you can just talk to an AI casually, without structure, without architecture, and expect enterprise-grade results. When you try to use those viral, unstructured agents in your actual business, they collapse because they are built on lazy foundations. Amateurs write lazy prompts. A vibe coder will say, make the edit button toggle. That is a terrible instruction. That can mean 50 different things, and there are a bunch of different implementations of how to achieve that. A professional or a smart solopreneur using AI strategically says something completely different. They say they add a Boolean field editable to the user's table, expose it through the API user's endpoint, and conditionally render the edit button based on that field. See the difference? That is concrete. It is testable. It removes the margin for error and completely eliminates hallucination. If you want production-ready systems, you cannot be a vibe coder. You must be specific. You cannot let the AI guess. Never ask the AI to guess your intentions. To build resilient agents that do not break, you need two fundamental pillars. You need a high-context brain, and you need stable, indestructible connective tissue. Let's talk about the brain first. We are stepping away from the generic chat interfaces. We are moving to Google AI Studio, powered by the Gemini 1.5 Pro model. Why Google AI Studio? Why not ChatGPT? Why not Claude? There is one massive, undeniable reason: the context window. Gemini 1.5 Pro currently boasts a massive context window of up to 2 million tokens. When you are building a real production-ready workflow, you need to set your foundation once. You need the AI to fully index and ingest your entire environment. It needs to read your entire code base, your API documentation, your specific project rules, your global standards, and your database schemas. If you use a model with a small context window, it will forget the rules by step 3 of the process. That is when the agent hallucinates and breaks your application. Gemini 1.5 Pro can hold all of that foundational knowledge in its active memory perfectly, without forgetting the very first instruction you gave it. It provides sustained, uninterrupted reasoning over massive amounts of data. Through Google AI Studio, you are not dealing with a consumer chatbot. You are getting bare metal developer-level access to the model. There is no chat interface bloat. There are no invisible system prompts hiding from you. It is just raw, system-level prompting where you can dictate the exact rules of engagement. You can define the global rules, the coding standards, the preferred libraries, the testing philosophy. You can define the project-specific rules, the tech stack versions, the API patterns, the naming conventions. Once you feed all of this into Gemini via Google AI Studio, every single interaction moving forward starts with ironclad guardrails. You never have to use strict typing and error handling ever again because the brain already knows the foundation. But having a massive, brilliant brain
Outdated,
is incredibly
fragile,
dangerous if it is not
obsolete.
stabilized.
Evolve
Power
beyond the
without
limits
control
of
is
the
chaos.
physical
If you just
world.
connect
Forge a
Gemini
new
1.5
intelligence
Pro to
built
a
to
loop and tell it to go
last.
execute tasks, it will eventually derail, the API will time out, the output formatting will glitch, the reasoning will hit a dead end. This is exactly where the anti-gravity framework comes into play. Think of anti-gravity as the connective tissue of your AI agent. It is a conceptual framework, a lightweight routing and fallback system designed specifically to keep powerful models from crashing under their own weight. Most people rely on heavy, bloated frameworks that hide the logic from you. When those frameworks break, you have no idea how to fix them. Anti-gravity is the opposite. It is transparent logic. When you run a multi-step reasoning loop in a production environment, you must accept one hard truth. Things will go wrong. The network will drop. The AI will output a string instead of a JSON object. The execution environment will reject the code. A toy agent sees that error, panics, and crashes the entire script. An anti-gravity agent catches the error instantly. It passes the specific failure message, wraps it in a designated error correction prompt, and reroutes it back to the Gemini brain with corrected context. It says, "You attempted to execute X, the server returned error Y. Review the global rules, correct the syntax, and attempt execution Z." It prevents the infinite loop by implementing strict retry limits and deterministic fallbacks. It removes the heavy boilerplate code, replacing it with resilient logical routing. You do not need a massive complex Python library to achieve this. You just need the right system architecture. So how do we actually implement this workflow in reality? How do we combine Google AI Studio and anti-gravity to build something that actually works? The secret is in how you treat the AI. You must treat the AI like a highly capable, brilliant intern. You wouldn't just look at an intern and tell them, "Hey, go build this complex feature," and then walk away to get coffee. If you do that, the intern will make disastrous assumptions and ruin the project. You have to guide them. You have to be specific. Step 1, in our production-ready workflow, we plan first. Before any code is executed, before any action is taken, we have the AI help us plan. In plain English, we tell the model exactly what we want to do. We say, create a detailed implementation plan that breaks down exactly what needs to be built, in what order, and how the pieces connect together. We force the AI to consider the data flow, the key functions, the potential challenges, and the integration points. We explicitly command it, do not execute any actions yet, focus on practical steps. Step 2, we review and restrict. Once Gemini outputs the master plan, we review it as the human overseer. We ensure it matches our exact vision. Then we give the execution command, but we wrap it in anti-gravity restrictions. We tell the agent, implement exactly this plan, but follow these strict restrictions. Only edit these specific files. Do not introduce any new dependencies. Preserve all existing logic. And we add the ultimate safety net. If anything in this plan is ambiguous or undefined, you must stop immediately. Output 2 concrete options with trade-offs instead of guessing. I cannot emphasize this enough. Never ever let your AI guess. Guessing leads to production disasters. Step 3, the anti-gravity review loop. Now, when the output comes back, the framework does not automatically push it to production. It triggers an automated review phase. We can even use a secondary agent profile for this. Agent 1 writes the logic. Agent 2 reviews the logic against the global rules and provides feedback. Agent 3 writes the tests. This multi-agent cross-checking, powered by Gemini's massive context, ensures that mistakes are caught before they ever hit the server. When the final output is presented to you, you must review it like you are pair programming with a junior developer. Do not blindly trust it. Ask questions. Why did you choose this pattern? What are the edge cases? How does this impact latency? Question its decisions. Understand why it implemented anything that is confusing to you. You have to view this entire process as a deep collaboration between you and the AI, not blind delegation. The goal of this architecture is not to replace your human judgment. The goal is to amplify it. AI is not here to replace you. It is here to help you scale your capabilities. It will help you solve pain points, build faster, and maintain quality, but only if you provide the structure. If you want to stop vibe coding, if you want to build autonomous systems that actually survive the weekend, you have to adopt this engineering mindset. You have to stop relying on social media hype and start relying on robust architecture. And because my goal with Digital ASEAN is to help you succeed without the massive headache of trial and error, I have packaged this entire logic flow for you. I have documented the exact Google AI Studio system prompts, the anti-gravity routing logic, and the specific constraints I use in my own daily operations. You do not have to build this from scratch. You can download the complete blueprint in the description below. Plug these configuration files into your own workspace, read the logic, understand the routing, and see for yourself the massive difference between a fragile toy agent and a production-ready workflow. Stop vibe coding. Start building real systems. This is Digital ASEAN experimenting, failing, and optimizing, so you don't have to. Thank you for watching. Signing out.